One of the questions I get asked the most about the GreenStalk is, how many plants can you actually grow in one of these pockets? Today I'm going to show you exactly how I space different crops so that you can get the most out of every tier. The crops I'm going to show you today are cool season crops. We haven't had our last frost yet, so these are the only ones that are going to be in my GreenStalks right now. But I'll show you what I have planted in them and also some other options that you might plan to grow, as well as some of the warmer weather crops which will be planted later after the last frost has passed. So let's start out here with this original planter and I'll show you what I've got planted in it. The top tier right here I have snap peas. I love planting snap peas, but I specifically choose a variety that doesn't vine a long way so that I don't have to have a huge trellis system to support it. What I found is that many of the dwarf varieties like Sugar Ann, or this year I'm trying a new variety called Sugar Daddy, don't need trellising, but these trellis supports from GreenStalk are perfect for peas. They give them just the right amount of support. But you can see here that I've actually got 3 peas growing in this one pocket. And whether I'm growing snap peas or I'm growing bush beans later in the season, I'm planting 3 seeds per pocket. Now what this means is that if all 3 of them germinate, they can totally work in this space. But if for some reason not all of them do, then you're left with 1 or 2, which is perfectly fine as well. So 3 seeds per pocket for snap peas or bush beans. Moving down here, I've got some flowers. These are pansies that I overwintered from my fall harvest, but you can also plant pansies right now. They're great for your GreenStalks. Any kind of flowers that I plant, whether it's cool season crops like pansies or alyssum or nasturtium or calendula, or warm season flowers like marigolds or petunias, I'm going to plant 1 of those per pocket. And they can go all the way around. A lot of people love filling their GreenStalk planters with flowers. They're absolutely gorgeous. But flowers can also go in between other crops that need a little bit more space. This third tier has alyssum. This is one of my favorite flowers to grow. Beautiful, tiny, delicate flowers, but it also attracts beneficial insects, which is really helpful. But in this particular tier, I'm going to be saving room to plant peppers. And some of the smaller peppers, like jalapeno peppers, they can go every pocket and you can plant them all the way around the tier. So 6 plants per tier if you want. But you may want to do every other pocket, especially if you're doing a larger pepper like a bell pepper. And then in between the larger pockets, you can plant something that's going to not require as much root space like alyssum. So in this case, I've got alyssum and I'm going to be planting peppers alongside this later in the season. And moving over here, I have my other original planter and I've got different crops planted here. Up at the top, I have celery. I love planting celery in the top tier of a GreenStalk. I plant it in all the tiers really, but I really love them in the top because they love water and they get first dibs at the water when I'm watering with my GreenStalk. But for celery, I'm planting 1 plant per pocket. They grow pretty tall, but they stay fairly compact. 1 plant per pocket works. In this case, I'm doing 2 celery and then I'm actually planting some peas that vine in this pocket and then in the adjacent one on the one I just showed you, and I'm going to be adding a trellis to span 2 of these GreenStalks. I'll have to show you what that looks like later if it works. I'm kind of excited about it. But I'm also going to be planting a nasturtium flower on the opposite side as well, just to mix and match. Again, 3 seeds of peas, 1 nasturtium per pocket is all that I need. Moving down, I've got cabbage and broccoli. These are going to be 1 per pocket. Now, because they're going to take up a lot of root space, especially larger broccoli, sometimes they may do better if you do them every other pocket. But in particular, I chose smaller varieties of cabbage like Caraflex and Tiara that are supposed to be a smaller footprint. So I actually planted these in every pocket. The broccoli will also do fine 1 per pocket, even if you have them in every pocket in a tier. The heads just may not be as large as you would see if you did every other pocket or even if you planted them in a raised bed. Now, another thing is if you grow any type of root crops like carrots would do really well in this original planter because their roots are going to be longer. I recommend planting them by seed, but then thinning them to about 3 carrots per pocket. That way, those 3 carrots have plenty of room to be able to grow Beets can also go in the original. I've planted them in the leaf planter, which I'll show you in just a minute, which is a little bit more shallow. I would recommend 2 beets per pocket. You could do 1, and that 1 would probably give you a larger beet, but 2 beets is a good compromise. 3 and you'd get some baby beets or even get some beet greens. But next, let's go over and look at the leaf planter, because this is what I plant my favorite GreenStalk crop in. You'll notice the leaf planter has more shallow pockets, as you see here. That means instead of 5 tiers per planter, you've got 7, which means more opportunity for plants, especially shallow rooted plants like lettuce. Lettuce is my favorite crop to plant in the GreenStalk for this reason. Now, these lettuce plants you see here at the top, they were started indoors from seed, and I plant these 1 per pocket. Now, lettuce is actually very flexible. You can plant 2 per pocket, 3 per pocket, or if you're directly sowing seeds in the GreenStalk, you can just scatter sow those seeds and let them come up and then harvest them as baby greens. That's perfectly fine. It just depends on what you want to have. I just knew that I wanted some lettuce that had some bigger leaves to do wraps and just really be able to fill some bulk in my salads. But you can do scatter sowing of lettuce, or what I have here in the second tier, which is brassica greens. These greens are going to have a combination of different brassicas that are really flavorful in salads like mizuna or kale or arugula, mustards, just a lot of different blends. And for these, what I did is I just took the seeds and I scattered the seeds on top, barely covered them, watered them. And the purpose is to get some baby greens. They're not going to get as tall as these lettuces since they are competing a little bit with each other, but that's really the purpose. I want them as baby greens. And then in this next tier, I've got arugula. I just like to have arugula one by itself because I love arugula. And the rest of this particular planter are the same. Got lettuce, brassica greens, arugula, lettuce, brassica greens, arugula, lettuce. And I'm stagger planting them so that I have different maturity for the different lettuces. That's why these lettuces are more mature than these lettuces, because they're 2 to 3 weeks more mature than these. That way I can get a consistent harvest of those lettuce greens. Moving over here, I have onions in my other leaf planter. Now, I plant an entire leaf planter full of onions because I have like 6 GreenStalks, so I can do that. But I love doing this because I'm able to get a lot of onions. These are actually my short day onions that I planted in the fall. I took this into the greenhouse, but you wouldn't necessarily have to if you're in a zone 8 or so. You could still leave them outside. But I have found they grow better when I move them into the greenhouse. And for these, I'm gonna be doing 1 per pocket. Now, if you do onions for green onions, you can get a lot more than that. Or if you want smaller onions, you're okay with the bulbs being a little bit smaller, you can do more than 1. But just understand that if you put more than 1, the bulbs are going to reduce in size. I like doing 1 because I can get probably baseball or softball size onions in each of these pockets. And then after I harvest these, I will fill this whole planter with bush beans. As I said before, 3 beans per pocket, and I'm able to can several jars of green beans just in 1 planting. But typically I will do 2 plantings of bush beans, one after the other in my season because I have enough time, and then I'll follow that up with more greens. So this particular GreenStalk, it's pretty much in production year round. Moving down here is my 3-tier original planter. You may have seen me plant initially in this inside. Well, I've brought it outside. And in this top tier, I have basil and cilantro. Now, I mentioned that I haven't reached my last frost date yet. So when it freezes, which is actually gonna do in a couple of days, I'm gonna take this whole tier and put it in my heated greenhouse, or I could take it inside. But herbs are also a really fantastic way to use a GreenStalk planter. For basil, I'll typically do just 1 plant per pocket, but as you can see here, there's a couple of different plants here and they work out just fine. The cilantro is lots of different plants. I scatter sow those and there's several that are growing. So if you're sowing them from seed, I would just scatter several at the top. But if you're planting them as transplants, if you buy a transplant from the garden center, then 1 transplant should be fine because usually those transplants have several different plants in them. And then I've also got some parsley. I love growing parsley in the GreenStalk, and that would be 1 plant per pocket. I'm also growing dill to be able to have some extra herbs. So you can totally outfit an entire green stalk with herbs. Now, if you're doing perennial herbs like oregano or rosemary or lavender or thyme, 1 plant per pocket is all that you need. That first year they should do fine, but understand that especially with a plant like oregano or mint, you may have to take it out and divide it the next season or plant it in a larger container, just because those roots will grow and take over that space. But for the first year, earmarking a whole green stalk, even if it's one of these 3 tiers to herbs, is a fabulous way of using your green stalk space. And finally, you see I have strawberries. Strawberries are some of the most favorite plants that people will grow in their green stalks. And for this, you want 1 strawberry plant per pocket. That's because they are going to continue to grow, and eventually they will also produce runners, which GreenStalk is actually working on a product that will help you propagate strawberries in the green stalk from your existing plants. I'm really excited about that because I've actually always thought that this would be a fantastic idea, and they did it. But all that to say, when you're first planting your strawberries, plant 1 per pocket, and you can grow them in both the leaf like this one or the original. If you're in a really cold climate, I'm not really sure what zone necessarily, but I would say at least 5 and above, you may want to stick with the original just because you get more root insulation with the bigger root pocket. But I like growing them in my leaf because I can get more strawberries that way. More strawberry plants, more harvest. I love that about the green stalk. If you're thinking about growing other crops that will be larger crops like potatoes, sweet potatoes, squash, okra, cucumbers, tomatoes, all of those are going to do really well in a green stalk. I would recommend that you plant them in the original, which is the deeper, because they're going to need that for the root space. But you may also consider planting them every other pocket so that they can have plenty of root space to be able to sprawl out. I've actually tested this with potatoes, and I found that when I planted them every pocket and then I compared that to the ones where I planted every other pocket, I had very similar results in yield total. So if you are running low on seed potatoes, that's a really good way to maximize the amount of seed potatoes that you have. And even if you're doing a tomato, if you have a really large tomato, I personally like to do 2 tomatoes per tier, and I will have them on opposite sides. And then in between those tomatoes, I'll put something like basil, something that doesn't take up as much water or nutrients. It's a really good companion plant for that. Just think about the larger the plant that you grow, the more root space it's going to need, the more water, the more nutrients, and the more you may want to space it out, and then interplant with flowers, and then that will make it a really pretty planter with lots of different companion planting combinations. You will love it. So as you can see, once you match the plant size to the pocket, spacing in a green stalk is actually pretty simple. And it's one of the reasons I like them so much, especially if you're gardening in a small space or a patio, or you just want a really efficient way to grow a lot in a small footprint. If you've been thinking about trying a green stalk, they're actually running a sale right now. The Inventor's Bundle in particular is a great option if you're not sure which pocket depth you want, because it includes 3 original tiers and 3 leaf tiers, so you don't have to decide between the 2. But they also have the 3-tier planter I showed you just a second ago on sale if you want a smaller option to start with, or honestly, it would make a great Mother's Day gift for the gardener in your life. And several of the accessories that I use a lot are included in the sale too. Their spring watering system helps keep my green stalk watered so that I'm not having to water it every single day in the middle of the summer. And the mover is really handy if you're growing on a patio and you want the flexibility to shift it around for sun or space. And if you use my link in the description, you can also get an additional $10 off the purchase of $75 or more. And for this sale, they're offering free shipping on orders over $99. So it's a really great time to check it out. So whether you are just considering a green stalk for the first time, or maybe you're a regular green stalk grower, but you're not quite sure if you're spacing things right, once you do, you'll be surprised by how much you can grow in just 1 green stalk. But if you're like me and other gardeners, once we grow in 1, we just keep adding because it is so enjoyable to grow our food in a green stalk. And one more thing, if you are growing anything in a green stalk that I didn't mention the plant spacing here on this video, GreenStalk's website has really great resources for you. They test lots of different combinations and they have recommendations for you there. Happy gardening!